The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
What's going on, good people? Yeah, y'all know what time it is. That's right, we back. It's time for the show known as the Guru Sports Session. New season, new sets, new opinions, but same OGs. That's your boy E-Buck, producer slash co-host, and of course the man with the master plan still, the Guru himself, Hugh Lee. What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's good, man? How everything going?
Things going pretty good this week, I cannot lie. God been looking out.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been adventurous, man. There's a lot of changes, a lot of things going on, man, and it's getting even closer. You know, this is my favorite time of year, man, and you know, we always talk about it, man. We're gonna have the sprinkle of WNBA. We're gonna have the October Classic in baseball, NBA, NFL. It's gonna be a plethora of everything in our surroundings, man, and this is a good time of year for us.
Absolutely. Now, before we start, bruh, it's a couple things I gotta do. One, welcome to our new people that we have gained over the summer in the audience. Shout out to y'all. We've been talking to folks and we've been listening. We're gonna incorporate some of y'all stuff. We're gonna make sure that we send the show out to you so you can check it out. One thing that we ask humbly is that if you see the show, you like the show, please share the show. Please subscribe to the show. Hit that notification button so whenever we come on, boom, there it is. And share it to the homies and the homegirls. We appreciate that very much. The second thing is this year, Hugh, I cannot do you a disservice. I must be honest about two things. One, remember this summer what I was supposed to been doing about learning new techniques and whatnot, taking classes? Well, lo and behold, people, it's Hugh that's been doing the thing. It's Hugh that's been teaching me a couple things. Y'all see that fancy set he got there? Y'all check him out. You know, and I did a little something too. You know how we do it.
Yeah, you
But
got
yeah,
to
when I tell you it's just the beginning, y'all, we coming up with some technology things and whatnot over the next few months that's really gonna knock y'all socks off. But anyway, the second thing is this, Hugh. I ain't gonna hold you up this year, bruh. Sometimes our sports taste gonna be right here, as they tend to be. Sometimes we gonna disagree.
That's a
But
good.
I got my Holy Bible right here, and I put my hand on it, and I solemnly swear to keep it 100 and tell you how I really feel, good, bad, or otherwise. But always respectfully, you is my brother. Okay, please know that. Please understand that.
Oh yeah, you know I ain't gonna definitely sugarcoat nothing either, man. You know I'm gonna be harder on our city, especially I'm more harder on our city than any other sports team. So yeah,
Absolutely. I'm gonna keep it 100 with them too.
yeah,
So there it is. So help me God. Amen. All right. That being said, let's get to it, bro. What we talking this week?
I want to start off and I want to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the WNBA because there's been a lot of good basketball as of late, man. In the WNBA, one of my favorite games was just recently. Was it the Indiana Fever and the Storm who played Seattle Storm when they went and it went to the very last minute?
Yep, that was that game.
Theatrical, man. I actually thought the Storm was going to win because they came all the way back. and they kind of blew it at the end. Just a miscues, but it's been some really good, exciting games. It's been a lot of blowouts. Don't get me wrong, but then it has been some real good competitive games as well. There's been a lot of history being made too in the WNBA, like McBride with the 8 threes, that 8 for 8 game, man. And that was an embarrassment to my homegirls. I wasn't really too proud of that, but I definitely wanted to mention that. It was just really good, basketball going on right now. And
yeah, it's definitely been some good games. The rookies, some of them been showing out. Then there's some teams, they doing things, and I'm left scratching my head. Like, for example, Dallas. What are you doing?
I definitely like
It's like every other game now. They letting somebody go. They trading somebody. They bringing somebody in. I don't know what they doing over there.
But you know what that was, yeah. I think they wanted Dejanay Carrington to be happy. She wanted, look, you could tell she liked the women over there and she was excited to be with them, but she wanted to go somewhere where she could compete. Definitely a high caliber player like her. And I think the best thing that happened, it could have been the worst thing that happened with the Lynx, is you already know Napheesa Collins's going to be out. So that's going to give them a little bit more firepower as far as defense. The offense, everybody needs to pick it up. But defensively, she definitely going to step up there.
Did the Lynx really need Dejanay Carrington? No. Do they benefit from her being there? Absolutely. But you thought they was dangerous before. Wait till Napheesa come back and they got her.
But New York didn't need me some neither. And they ended up getting her. I was pissed. Like, come on, y'all.
The rich is getting richer, y'all. Mm-hmm. Remember what we said. We both called it. Minnesota, New York in the final again this year. It's looking very much like that right now.
Man. I think this time it's going to be Minnesota that pull it off, man.
Right. But a couple teams to keep an eye on, good and bad. One, the Aces. It's time to get the bomb out.
It's bad.
It's time to blow that thing all the way up, sir.
And
you keep Asia Wilson, everybody else can go.
I was just about to say that. I'm surprised that you would disagree. You was going to agree with me on that. Everybody else for sale besides Asia.
Absolutely. That franchise did what they could. They got their back-to-back championships. It's time to set a new course. I'm sorry. They're looking old. They're looking tired. They not gelling. It's a bad mix over there right now. And the only two teams I can think of worse right now is, like I said, I don't know what the hell going on in Dallas. Paige doing her thing. Enrique clearly still hurt. Everybody else, they don't know what to do because they don't know if they starting. They don't know if they coming in. They don't know if they still going to be on the team next week. Don't know what the plan is there. And then, of course, the worst franchise in the W right now by far, Chicago Sky.
Yeah. You kind of understand, too, with Connecticut and why they're doing bad.
And notice I did not mention Connecticut. Yeah. Connecticut actually improving. And they won 3 out of their last 7.
And we seen, too, why they're doing what they're doing. Because we was like, damn, why they blowing up this team? We said that before the beginning of the season. It makes a lot more sense now that they're about to move to Boston after 2026. But it ain't no excuses for Chicago, man. They ended up getting rid of my homegirl, Teresa Weatherspoon, and it's like, what the hell have you done for me lately? Because the new guy sure as hell
got rid of her. They got rid of Trinity Carter. They got rid of Izzy Harrington. They got rid of Dana Evans. And that team, they got rid of May Reed. That team is looking worse and worse right now. Yeah. Angel Reese doing her thing when she not hurt. Mm-hmm. And Cardoso, good addition. From that point on down, you got a lot of bits and pieces and maybes and okay. Rebecca Allen, everybody else on that team,
go.
At this point, I'm shoving them off for scraps. I'm doing what Minnesota did in the baseball. Get rid of all that. Let me start stockpiling all these draft picks because we know these next couple drafts, it's going to be some players, especially that 2027 draft.
Because I would definitely keep the bigs in Chicago. Like you said, everybody else is up for sale.
Everybody else, see you bye.
Because you can see the bright future with them, with Angel Reese grabbing rebounds. And, she have good double-double days, man, more than mostly anybody else before she's hurt.
Right.
And like you said, Cardoso's really coming along, man.
But say what you will, both of them definitely showing signs of improvement. But I do need both of them to get in the gym this summer and work on perimeter game.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, all I really need both of them to do is sit down and pop in a tape that says Tina Charles. if you can copy her game, the way she plays, even still at 37, Tina Charles is a dominant player. It's the only reason Connecticut even remotely decent is because some nights Tina Charles be like, I'm still 25. Let me show out right quick.
Funny
Keeping in
thing,
mind that Tina Charles is the second leading scorer in the history of the game right now.
yeah, but what's weird to me though is we seen Angel Reese practicing shooting threes and working on her game, and it just don't seem like that perimeter game hitting like that, man.
Right, and then of course she's been wearing the hand wrap on her left hand, her dominant hand.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's still an issue. Remember, the wrist was a problem when she was over there in Unrivaled League. I wonder if that's still part of why she's not shooting as well as she could.
Few people have been banged up since they're on arrival, man. Do you think that they're gonna really start, putting a stamp on like, hey, man, our best players ain't gonna be going over there?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. One, because of course we got what's going on with the whole CBA in that situation. To where will it be a season next year in the W? Maybe not. But two, remember they got the whole insurance thing in the Unrivaled League, so that if you got hurt, like of course one of the kids did in New York, because imagine for as good as New York is, one of their best players was out for the season because of what happened in Unrivaled, but they guaranteed her full contract so that she's still getting paid.
That's pretty good.
By the Unrivaled League for the time she missed in the W. And that's set up for everybody. And I also shout out to the Unrivaled League for what they did over the summer, where now they are sponsoring and giving NIL deals to some of the better players in the country.
I've seen that.
That is awesome.
And a lot of the other kids who got that contract, man.
Right. Because remember, they did that similarly for Paige Beckers last year.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it for a whole group of folks. That's just awesome.
What I liked about this rookie class too, man, it seemed like they was more prepared. We talked about that because it seemed like some of the rookies last year was lost, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know they put the extra pressure on Caitlin Clark, but everybody who's the rookies now want the smoke. You see how Kiki Arifin ain't afraid of Asia Wilson or anybody else. Same thing with Sonia Citron and some girls out there, man.
Hell, you got over there Azura James over there in Dallas, and of course Paige. Paige played like she's been in the league about 5-6 years. You got a couple other kids.
Rivers, man.
Rivers over there for Connecticut. She playing some good D. I mean, I'm looking forward to what the league look like in a few years when we get all the expansion teams and all these great players that we know coming out of college coming to play.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting because
absolutely.
A lot of the teams just seemed like they were developed and they was already WNBA ready, because most times you see them get bullied and get picked on, but I'm seeing these rookies bullying and picking on something.
Right. I think they learned a lot last year from what happened to Caitlin Clark and how it got dealt with. They came into it like, you ain't about to do me like that, sister. I ain't no punk.
Because we seen Paige, man, in her workout, but she'd go down, cross a dude, shoot a three, go down, make a layup, shoot another three. She had a layup line and a 3-point going like a full court, doing it all alone. Just practicing her craft and just really getting into good shape and getting prepared, man. I'm just glad that it hasn't been as many injuries with a lot of the rookies neither, man. They got
but it have been a little bit too many injuries overall in the W.
It has been. ACL.
I mean, like I said, I hate right now that the feature's out and Stewie's out.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, thank goodness Satu Sabali is back playing and look like she's doing pretty good.
She didn't do too bad last night, but they struggled, man.
Yeah. Now, my question is this, Hugh. Like I said, right now, we definitely got New York and Minnesota in the building. What other team do you think has a chance to knock one of them off in the playoffs?
You know what? What's weird to me is we always been saying this ever since last year. You never know what the hell Storm team going to show up. We can have a Storm team blow out both of them teams, and then we'll have a Storm team who just go through the motions. So I would never take them out of it, man. I never take the Storm out of the equation. And then if I had to put another team up there, man, I'm going to try to go with somebody like probably Phoenix, man, for what they added with Elisa Thomas and Satu Sabali and what they put on that roster, man.
And don't forget, now they got DeWanna Bonner on that squad. So, yeah. And then, of course, you got Kalia Copper back, and she looks healthy now.
Oh, yeah, and it's good to have Copper back, man.
Yeah, so they definitely got that. Natasha Mack, I really like her. She's a real gritty player for them. But I say it's either them, but do not sleep, my friends. Do not sleep on the Atlanta Dream.
Yep, or the Mystics, man. Them
If
teams are balling.
I mean, basically, if you get Brittany Griner fully engaged for Atlanta, along with what's going on with another good rookie, Tahina Pow
Yeah,
and Alicia Gray. Can't say enough about Alicia Gray.
she been on a whole nother level this year, man. She really
Absolutely.
been standing out this year, and she just played phenomenal, man. She's a
Right.
quiet, you know what she remind me of, man? I hope I don't jinx her on this, knock on wood, because she got that quiet demeanor to her. She kind of remind me of how Kawhi go along doing things.
Ah,
Quiet, but
I
she'll
like
kill
that
you on that
comparison.
court. She will kill you on the court. And I feel bad forgetting about Tahina Pow because at one point is she still leading the league in threes? I'm not sure.
She is among the leaders, yeah.
But I know McBride went off the other day. I was trying to still see where she stood, you know. But yeah, just been really good stuff going on, man. And I've been proud of those ladies, man. Sometimes I'll be a little pissed off because, you know, on my TikTok, man, you're going to get the good and the bad. People be like, are these really highlights? Like, come on, man, you ain't out there doing nothing. You want to be a cyberbully and talking about what these ladies is doing and what you're not doing. And you're not going to talk about them on my page because I will block you, you know.
Okay, and speaking of people that need to get blocked and banned, we got a new trend going in the W that I'm really not understanding or liking. Well, I do understand it, but it's wrong.
Yeah,
What's going on with the flying sex toys on the court?
somebody even mentioned that on my page saying, hey, man, what happened to the green donger? You know, and I said, oh, nah, man. You know, I don't got no time to even talk about all that stuff.
I mean, here's the thing. It's now happened like 4 times this year.
Yes, it
But
has.
somebody in the middle of a game, and keep in mind, last night it got real bad because one of the players almost got hit with it last night. They dropped this green sex toy. We will call it that for the sake of not getting banned. But yeah, y'all know what we saying. It's okay. We won't even do that.
It's been pretty wild, man.
Yeah, but why? Please stop. Yes, we understand that there are players in WNBA that are part of the alphabet community. Okay, that's been well established. That is that. Not all of them, mind you, but some of them. And in the end, who they love and who they be with outside of the game should have nothing to do with their performance on the court. Keep in mind, me and this brother right here, some of our very best friends on planet Earth are alphabet children, and we love them. And I don't want to see them get disrespected. And we love some of these players in the dub. We don't want to see them get disrespected. So cut that foolishness out.
Yeah, because it don't make no sense, man. And you know, people really go hard on Brittany Griner, man. People were saying she should have got she should have stayed in Russia, and just been a lot of bad negativity talk about her.
I mean, it's a few players that's getting some very unwarranted negativity. I mean, you got her. You obviously got what goes on with Caitlin Clark. You got what goes on, of course, with Angel Reese and some of the bad stuff that people say about her.
Did you see the one where the young lady stuck up for it? And it was like, man, she was like, she's 23 years old, man.
Oh yeah, that actually happened earlier in the season. Her teammate
was actually
Ariel Atkins.
to see that too, because it was like, come on, man, she already going through a lot, man, and you know they just have so much hate and animosity towards that girl.
Right. I mean, and a lot of it just seemed come from being envious and jealous of these people. Because keep in mind, these people season they making millions of dollars while you at home on your keyboard trying to cyberbully them, saying stupid stuff that understand. You see some of them in real life. These ain't your average size individuals, okay? Angel Reese is all of 6'3". Brittany Griner is all of 6'9". I dare you say it to their face.
Yeah, you won't say
I
that.
dare you, male or female. I dare you.
There's some big chicks, man. A lot of them like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". You know,
And they legit big. Understand, I had some big homies back in the day when I went to college of the female variety.
Y'all kept big females on basketball team in Cody too. I seen them chicks, man.
Indeed. Shout out to Dana. What's going on, Dana? I know she may never see the show, but yeah, Dana. If you went to Cody in the late 80s, you know who Dana is. She was big. She was pretty though. And she could ball.
I want to move on here unless you want to talk about anything else as far as the WNBA.
That's pretty much what I got for the dud. Keep in mind, if y'all wants to get some highlights and discussions about it, you also can check out my sports blog that I do about once a week called What Up Though in the Dub, where I talk WNBA and what's going on with them and whatnot. We got about 6 weeks left in the season, so we'll keep you up to date.
Love it, E, because it's straight to the point, man. You get a good 10, 15 minutes of like some vocal points of the game. And I told you, man, whenever I just want to get the, like most times the episode will come straight to me, man, and I just record it to the phone and listen to it. And yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
And that's very much what we want to keep in mind. Like I said, we got it going on Instagram and TikTok right now. Been getting some decent views for it, so I ain't mad at it. Thank y'all. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. I want to get into some MLB right now, E, man. MLB, we want to talk about the trade deadline because, you know, that's still kind of fresh right now when it came to the MLB trade deadline and some of the winners and losers. And we made it really easy when we talked about it before in the past. And it was some good things that happened. But one of the main things we looked at and we felt like was the biggest impact was what Seattle did. A lot of people slept on Seattle. It wasn't no really huge flashy names went anywhere. And most of the like guys, like I was telling you, Shane Bieber, when he went to a team and, you know, once he got his contract on another team, he's still kind of banged up. But Eugenio Suarez, man, is actually a high caliber player. And to go over there and get some of the people that they got as well, man, I believe that makes them one of the teams, like you said, is serious, is trying to compete. And I seen some of the moves that your boys did too, the San Diego Padres. I wasn't really paying that much attention, man. They low key have some good moves. They are trying to definitely battle with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I like to hear when they were talking about that recently too. It was like the Cincinnati Reds game when they played, which I thought was cool. That like racetrack, what they did and all. I think it was them in Atlanta, but I think it was a rain delay, and they were talking about it. Some of the guys on the broadcast, like A-Rod, Jeter, Big Poppy, you know, it's always cool to see them guys interact. But yeah, man, it was crazy to see. Like I liked what San Diego did. Of course, I like what Seattle did as well, and the New York Mets did a couple of good sneaky moves, man. But other than that, I didn't really think too many people did much that made me say, okay, they're trying to compete. Everybody just kind of had low-key deals, or if they felt like their bullpen wasn't strong enough, they tried to get some bullpen pieces. Wasn't really too many good bats, you know, they went to different teams, you know, and not in my knowledge. But I wanted to know your opinion as far as some of the guys who moved and the acquisitions in the MLB trade deadline.
I say the big mover is shaker. I agree with Seattle. They definitely came with a plan of look. We're gonna get who we can up in here. We close. I think we grab as much as we can and we go for it because our division is winnable. Minnesota, on the other hand, said, you know what? It's a wrap. Boom! Let's start all the way over. Okay. All these kids we got in the minors, let's bring them on up, see what they got. If they gonna stick around, they do. If not, then next year we'll go on and grab a few folks and start this thing all the way over. It just ain't happening with what we got. So those are the two extremes. In the meanwhile, I wasn't overly impressed with the trade deadline. I like to think of these things in terms of, okay, what trade will have the impact to where 10, 20 years from now, we like, damn, they made that trade and that made them the winner flat out. I don't think any of these trades, no disrespect to Eugenio Suarez, is going to be the type of trade where it's like, damn, they made that move, and that not only put them on for the rest of the season, that put them on for the next 5-6 years. We didn't get no trade like that in this trade deadline.
We didn't have no A-Rods to New York.
Right. It's interesting that certain teams went with certain things. Like, for example, the Tigers, they said, okay, our pitching kind of whack right now. Let's try to get some people in here, but we ain't going to overspend. We're going to get a couple people that look all right. Let's see what we can do to work with them. We got the good pitching coach. Let's do that. New York said, okay, our bullpen is trash. Let's grab who we can from some of these squads and reconstruct this bullpen and see what we can do. Now, right now, they both made those moves. Tigers, about 50-50. Yankees, it ain't working right now.
They've been struggling, especially they just got my man's back too, Aaron Judge. And I still think it's gonna take like another 2 to 3 weeks before they really start getting these bullpens and stuff together.
Yeah.
I was pissed off too, because Charlie Wooden pitched a good game. They just didn't even get no hits for him. You know
Yeah,
it.
when we talking about the Tigers and how they played the other night, yeah, absolutely. And then of course, I thought they was gonna sweep this series with Minnesota, but Minnesota had other plans. Now, understand today I kind of get because it was a whole night game then a day game situation, and
And they
teams
had to
tend to
play
play a
some.
little funky when that happens.
Some of like when I seen the picture, I'm like, man, I don't even not really familiar with this.
Yeah, and right now Flaherty is definitely struggling with the Tigers. It's feast or famine with him. That
Yeah,
dude will go out, he'll give up 4 runs, but then he'll mess around and strike out 8 or 9. It's crazy.
yeah, man. With him, it's been a real funky year for him, man. And I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
should they really gave him that money or tried to save it and give it to the guy who you know?
Well, I just think right now something ain't right with him, and he just ain't speaking on it. He
Yeah, I mean,
getting away with it. It would not surprise me if we find out somewhere down the line. Yeah, I
most of
gotta have surgery because
the elbow, something's wrong.
something ain't right. Because I remember how he pitched last year, and this ain't that right now.
No.
Not at all.
So I know for sure Minnesota was your biggest loser. Who else was one of your big losers, E?
I mean, certain teams I felt should have did a little more. I would like to have seen the Cubs do a little more because they playing good, but they got their hands full over there right now because the team that people sleeping on right now, the team that had the best record in baseball since June the 1st, Milwaukee Brewers.
I was just about to say it. The Brew Crew been balling, man.
And they got a kid over there right now. You love you some baseball like I do. You want to see this kid Mrazek, the pitcher, man. When I say that dude throw bullets, if you thought that dude's schemes was impressive,
Hey, he gave Schemes a run for his money this year,
and that
man. He
and that
out.
was a very good pitcher matchup. Yeah, you definitely want to check that dude out.
Yeah, I love him, man, and just the way he been pitching, man. Just the Brewers themselves, man. They just been stepping their game up. You wouldn't have thought that earlier in the year when the
No,
Yankees.
you kind of felt like we said that the Brewers were probably going to be on the decline this year, but they had something to show us.
Yeah, then it's like sometimes, man, when you bring up some of them rookies, man, like I can't even pronounce. You know me, I butcher people's names, man. Is Jacob? I got it. Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah, that's the pitcher we're talking
Yeah,
about.
he's a beast, man. And I just feel like that team, man, still got guys like Christian Yelich and some of the guys
Right, and he playing pretty good, and they always had a decent lineup. So,
Cheerio. So yeah, they got some good guys over there, man.
mhm.
Just that, at the beginning of the season, we didn't think that they was going to quite do as well, but they proved a lot of us wrong, man. And surprisingly enough, too, in the AL, man, it's been funny. We thought that they'll be okay, maybe third best in that division, but damn, the Blue Jays have woken up, man, and they took advantage of some of the Yankees' injuries and just
Right. I mean, because they pitching been surprisingly better than we thought. If they could keep that dude Scherzer healthy, I like it. I
Mhm.
like it.
You know
It's
who
looking
make
good for them.
to E man, and we were surprised they didn't play as good this year until now. They really starting to step the game back up too. People got to watch out for this second half, man. The resurgence of the Rangers right now. They really starting to
Right.
pick the game up, man.
Absolutely. Okay. We're gonna give y'all some stats and stuff sometimes, a little extra something. I got a couple for you, Hugh. Let's
Mhm.
talk about today, as in this day in baseball. Two interesting things have happened. Well, actually, one thing that I'm gonna give you a football thing. Do you know this day? I believe it's 30 years ago. The great one himself, Tony Gwynn, became the 21st member of the 3,000 Hit Club. What is some of your thoughts about the great Tony Gwynn?
Tony Gwynn is like a video game, man. What I like about him, man, is he was already a decent player, but like you said, man, one thing, a stat that surprised me, and you showed it to me, and I think the more I start getting more stats into my Instagram account, I get the algorithm now with everything stats. This dude in 20 years only had 400 strikeouts. Just think about that, y'all. In 20 years, this dude had 400 strikeouts. My man Shohei Ohtani had 189 in 2 years. In
And
2 years.
understand, the person that leads the league in strikeouts right now, Riley Green, if you look at his very short career, he done struck out more than 400 times in just about 4 years. So imagine going 20 years with 400 total strikeouts. 1 year he had less than 20.
Yeah, that's crazy, E. I couldn't believe that when I read that because I'm glad you mentioned that too, E. Because
Right.
the stories that I be putting out, like with the guys, and like some of the things that went on in their career. One of them is going to be about Tony Gwynn coming up, man. Because I was
Right.
just
And understand, when you look at some of the best pictures of his time, people like Nolan Ryan, people like
Maddox,
John Smoke, Maddox.
Colts.
When you look at the totals they have against him in terms of how many times they struck him out, as opposed to how many times he got hits off of them,
He killed them on the hit versus the strike.
understand the great Greg Maddux, one of the top 10 strikeout pitchers of all time. How many times had he struck out my man's in over 20 years?
That's crazy,
Just
man.
twice.
That just lets you know how good Tony Gwynn was. And like we said, he already was good, but I think he got even better when he started talking to Ted Williams. And he was paying like crazy prices, like $100,000 to get tapes. He was one of the original people to look at tapes, man, and scout.
Right. And get his study on. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm just really happy to hear that, man.
Right. And it's sad that he's no longer with us. Of course, he had some time where he went to coach San Diego State and whatnot. But yeah, definitely want to shout out the great Tony Gwynn. That's why I had to bring up that one. Another thing, we'll talk about some football in a minute, y'all. Do you know today in football history, the first exhibition game played outside of the continental North America was played in Europe? First preseason game played in Europe this day. I believe that was 20-some years ago. So my question to you, Hugh, is do you think we will ever get to that point where we have a team overseas be part of an NFL season?
Absolutely, because they want that right now, especially with the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. So yeah, we're gonna get a team that's gonna be over there, man. Unfortunately, for some teams might like it, some teams might not. But I think all in all, it's gonna be good for the game, though.
Right. Well, keep in mind, NFL about the money. We'll definitely talk about that because
It's
they
a lot.
definitely did some big money deals up late, and this one today was like, oh my.
Because remember when I thought one thing, E, and they did an M. Night Shyamalan on me. I looked up and I really seen what it was all about because I asked you, why is this going on? I'm not really feeling this. Then when I saw it, I said, oh, okay, it makes a lot of sense. NFL is not playing right now. So there's a lot of interesting stuff, man, that's coming up right now.
Right. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to this home stretch in the MLB. And right now, again, the team to beat, despite all these moves, still the Dodgers.
Regardless, because when it comes to depth, I don't think nobody have as much depth as the Dodgers right now. Just the bottom line.
And in the end, they didn't make many moves because why did they need to? They did all theirs during the offseason.
They really don't have to.
I mean, the best thing they need to do now is just get everybody healthy. They do that, they got plenty to play with over there.
All right, E-Man. Do you have anything else to add on to that?
Oh, no, that's all I got for that. When we come back after this commercial break, y'all, we about to get into what next, you?
NBA contract extensions.
Oh, yeah, because a couple people over the summer, they got broke off, okay? They done made some big bank. We'll talk about them when we get back. This is the Guru Sports Section. That's the Guru right there. I'm his co-host / producer. Well, actually, no, as you see, Guru Productions, well earned. We both produce this boy now. I love it. We'll be back after this. These words from the Nighthawk Network. What's our motto at the Nighthawk Network, Hugh?
For the people.
Our voices for our people. You know it.
If you're building your dream from scratch, mic in one hand, hustle in the other, this one's for you. Road to Stardom Network and Nighthawk Network present, a podcast for the indie by the indie, all genres, all grinds. From hip-hop to metal, jazz to trap, we're breaking boundaries. And it's not just artists. Entrepreneurs, creatives, and self-made bosses, we see you. We're giving you the spotlight. This ain't mainstream, this is your stream. Coming soon. Be ready.
Hey, this is your boy E-Buck. And if you're looking for some great desserts, something sweet, something to treat yourself with, please check out my girl Caramel Sweets here in the Metro Detroit area. She can make desserts for your function, your event, or just for that special someone you want to give something nice to. So check her out. It's Caramel Sweets. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate you.
Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my T-Sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
He talks sports his way. It's the Guru's perspective. All right, we are back. This is the Guru Sports Session. My man Hugh Lee and E-Buck in the building talking sports with y'all. We left off talking baseball. What we talking next, Hugh?
We talking about some of these contract extensions in the NBA, man. And do you think that some of them was well deserved? Because, like you said, a lot of these brothers got off, man.
Let's talk about some of them. Who you got, Hugh?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. I kind of figured he was going to get broke off, but the big three on the team got broke off. Light-skinned Jalen Williams got taken care of, but dark-skinned Jalen Williams really got broke.
I hate we put it like that, but
Got to, though.
it makes sense. I mean, because, they got J-Dub, however they do it in Oklahoma City, but for us, it makes sense to break it off that way. Bottom line, Oklahoma City was very thankful for their championship, and they showed their appreciation by breaking folks off major dollars.
Major.
We talking about 5 years from now, that kid, SGA, MVP, he is going to make $80 million in that season. $80 million, which is basically figuring out to about $1 million a game.
Yeah, them dudes got broke off, man, and he deserved it though, man. Because last year we felt like he was the MVP, man, and he kind of got cheated out of that. But then we can't really say that, man. It's just the fact that when you look at Nikola Jokic, how good he is, and how he, changed the game. He makes that team what it is. And for him to still be playing at this high level, man, you got to give credit where credit is due. He still had a crazy season where you still could kind of put him in there. But I believe when they had their battles this year, I believe that's the reason they separated Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from him. Because remember, at one point, it was hard for us to even say this man's name. And he's like a household name now. So it just fluently go off the tongue. But
right.
Like a 4-year, $284 million.
Something to that effect. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, it's hard as people who are Americans who love the NBA to understand that most of the great players in the league right now are foreign-born players. SGA, of course, from Canada. You got, of course, Jokic over there from Siberia. You, of course, got another person who got broke off kind of nicely over there for the LA Lakers, and that dude, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, because ain't it like a 3-year, $106 million deal? And
they basically gave him as much as they could give him without giving him the Supermax because, of course, because of the trade and how they did it, he couldn't get that. But I like that they made it a 3-year deal so that, keep in mind, at that point, Luka will be about 29. So he'll still, at that point, be eligible for a Supermax deal. and make even more money. So when all said and done, he'll probably be one of 3-4 people that have made $1 billion playing the game, just playing the game, not endorsements, just playing.
Check this out too, man. His next contract, he can make close up to, or actually, that max would be like a $450 million extension. And we already
That's after he done already made a good 400 million. So yeah, that's what we talking. And at that point, he still won't be but 34. Like still play a few more years.
We got to give another shout out to one of our young boys, man, that we like. I know E love him because he's a Dookie fan. Paulo Ondenchero, man.
Who said I was a Dookie fan? You better watch your mouth, bro. Go blue all day. Anyway, I ain't mad at Duke though. But
I do like their players, and Paulo was one.
I'm a fan of the game, so I definitely am a fan of Paulo Ponchero over there for the Orlando Magic. Well deserved money for him because that dude is the Magic. Okay, he is their guy, and of course they got some nice help over there in the off season. So looking forward to see what they get going on next year. And of course you gotta love the Wagner brothers, man.
Love them dudes, man.
Coming out of course the University of Michigan.
We got a lot of Michigan love too, man.
Yep. Okay. I know we got to talk about that dude over in San Antonio that got him some paper.
De'Aaron Fox got broke off, man, didn't he? Was it like 5 year, $222 million?
Yes, sir.
Man, they got that nice little squad over there too. I love their youngsters.
I really like how they formulating that squad. It's sad that, of course, Pop has retired now, so they won't get that quality. And hopefully, he'll still stick around and kind of throw some of his influence on the squad. But yeah, you basically got him now. You got the good draft pick. They got the number 2 pick. His son, Ron Harper's son, Dylan. Yeah,
that's gonna be dangerous.
And then, of course, you cannot forget about the alien himself, Wembanyama, who should be back healthy after that health scare he had last year. I seen him recently. He bulking up even more.
He is, and then
that's scary, man.
He bald headed too. He one of them Buddhist monks now, man.
Yeah,
working out and doing stuff in the
getting his Tim Duncan on.
Yeah,
because he's been working with Tim.
And then I like Castle too. A lot of people slept on Castle.
Oh yes, Stephen Castle, absolutely coming out of UConn. Yeah, definitely a good player.
Didn't expect him to catch on that fast, but yeah, that's going to be one of them scary spots because the West is really starting to elevate their game. Like
absolutely,
with the Rockets and them getting that situated over there,
right? Because of course, Rockets got KD, and that's a good deal for them.
And Denver certified their bench, man. I mean, damn, they got Jonas Valanciunas as the backup, and then they
very nice backup.
Like Tim Hardaway Jr. They ended up getting Bruce Brown back, and
right. I low key like some of the moves that the Lakers made, getting Marcus Smart, of course, over there. Definitely a good move. And who else did they grab? They grab another decent move.
Ayton too.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm definitely liking some of the moves they made. The West gonna be better than the East yet again this year. We know that.
Yeah, and it's really gonna be tough in the East because now,
with Boston in the situation they in with trading 2 of their better players, and of course Tatum out with the Achilles, it's pretty much anybody's ball game over there.
Yeah, and then unfortunately too for Indiana, man, not only did Tyrese Halliburton get hurt, but then they lost my man's. Miles Turner, when he left, man, that was the weirdest thing that happened in the trade hookup, or just the summer in general with the free agency, because they ended up getting him on like a 4-year, 100-something million. I think it was 136 million. But then you end up just getting rid of my man's, and I didn't understand when you got rid of my man Dame Dollar. That was a head scratcher. I text you.
But here's the thing. Granted, they got rid of him, but I like how it all played out for him because he decided after doing it to go on back home. Keep in mind, he had offers from the Lakers, he had offers from Golden State, but he decided to do what was best for his family and go back home to Oakland, where he's actually from, and basically take a lesser deal. Well, it ain't really a lesser deal when you think that they bought out half his contract, so he still got that money, plus he getting what he's getting.
$20 million for 5 years.
Right.
I definitely wouldn't know buyout.
And actually, they should have a pretty decent backcourt now because, of course, they got him and they got Drew Holiday from Portland. I like that. I mean, so, of course, that won't happen next year because he's still rehabbing. But
think about it, E. Remember, Who did the Milwaukee Bucks trade to get Dame Dollar? Drew Holiday. It's
That
crazy
very dude.
that on the same team now after a year. So yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the planet having a way of evolving and going in the right direction for them brothers.
Right. I'm just glad as a Piston fan we got something to look forward to this year. Like I said, because we definitely overachieved last year, so
Yeah,
we didn't make many moves in all season, but I'm cool with that.
I like the move
I
they
want to
made
see what
though.
we got.
Because Karis LeVert is a real versatile player. We always liked him when we talked about his game, no matter what team he was on. And then we get the player, unfortunately, Malik Beasley, we still don't know what's going on with him. But to get Duncan Robinson with us, man, it was just basically that's going to fill some of the void. But still, man, I felt like we did enough. But I feel like they're not going to break the bank neither. I believe what JB Bickerstaff and them did over there, just with the development, I think they want to focus on that as well.
Hell, we can't afford to break bread. We still paying Monty Williams to be at home and coach his kid.
You see?
Man, you talking about somebody that got over, man.
He's
That
still
dude's still getting paid from 2 teams.
Yeah. I like that Chad Holmgren deal too.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I like the fact that OKC just locked it down altogether. In the end, I see them winning at least one more championship with them 3.
Question, Jared Jack, man. Did you like that one? Jared Jackson Jr.
Oh, for Minnesota, not in Minnesota,
Memphis.
Memphis. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they had to have it because right now he is the steadiest player. I mean, right now,
Most healthy.
we love that dude, John Morant, but in his real life, he do some things that make you question what you really want to do with him. I mean, in the end, he come back next year, he stay healthy. You got to pay that brother too. But that's definitely the face of the franchise for real right now, Jaren Jackson Jr.
And they got them two right now. And
Michigan State, yeah.
That's why I believe that my man's was gone, Desmond Bain. And I believe, like you said, that was a good acquisition.
And I love that move for Orlando, them getting Desmond Bain.
He's still kind of young too. He's still in his 20s, so
Absolutely.
that's going to be good because he
Right.
got a bit of veteran presence.
But of course, the team that a lot of people gonna be watching this year is that team in Dallas, because not only will they have AD back healthy, but they have the new man myth legend himself, that dude from Duke. Speaking of Duke, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see what that youngster does with that franchise. I mean, he played so good in Summer League that second game. They're like, yeah, we seen enough. Go ahead, shut it down, brother.
he
Shut
was
it down.
to play one more game. They're like, nope.
No, we done seen enough. We don't want them to see nothing else.
Do you think that was just a sympathy hookup, a sympathy plea, man? Because, they felt like Dallas got the butt end of that deal. And you know how when everything goes on, man, it seems like that's how the rigging begins in the NBA, man.
I am very hard pressed to see that not being some type of hookup. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know the lottery ain't supposed to be fixed, but I say that down there every year, that the lottery's it just seemed to work out that way a lot.
It definitely does.
When LeBron left Cleveland, and they somehow end up with the number 1 pick again. This situation, hell, New York getting the first pick overall ever when they was trash for many a year. I mean, when Chicago, after a couple years, suddenly got the number 1 pick. I mean, it just worked out real crazy that way. It seemed like every other year. Hell, even the year when San Antonio suddenly was bad because the Admiral was out and they suddenly mess around, get the number 1 pick, get David Robinson. Tim Duncan.
I definitely feel so too, man. They need to do something about that. But then I know too, people ain't gonna do nothing like had a worse record anymore because they feel like people are tank, like how I used to be back.
But again, the process, as we call that, it never worked. If you really think about it, process never worked. Philly ain't got no rings, and most of the people that was involved in that process either elsewhere or basically then got over. Lord knows right now, Embiid then got over, and of course that dude being, rest in peace, Pride. Yeah. What squad? It's right here on the Clippers now. No. They moved him again, didn't they?
Who?
I think he with Boston this year. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. I'm not even sure where he's
I
at.
want to say it's Boston. Boston.
How did you feel about the?
Nonetheless, whatever they get out of him is bonus. Hell.
What's up with the Golden Girls of the NBA now? You know who I'm talking about. The Los Angeles Clippers.
Man, they remind me of the same scenario we had going here in Detroit years ago, where they said, you know what? We want to get one more run out of some of these folks. Let me just get all the old dudes together. Let's get Brett Hall. Let's get Luke Robitaille. You know, let's get all these older dudes that still got a little bit of game and try to get one more run in. It worked for the Red Wings. Will it work for the Clippers? Who knows? But there's a lot of 35, 36-year-olds going on over there. And they grouped them together trying to get one more last run in, you know. It's kind of somewhat similar to what's going on with Golden State.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Did they end up pulling the trigger on Al Horford, or was that said?
I don't think that move's been made yet, but I won't be surprised if they do. Like I said, NBA going to be a good season. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to get into the NFL when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready because NFL, they are king for a reason. And they made sure to keep it that way with some of the moves that it made. Let's talk about it.
The ESPN and the NFL with the non-binding agreement. What was your thoughts on that, E?
Well, keep in mind, I still got to understand all the particulars of it.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know now, what it is ESPN has hooked up with NFL Network and NFL itself, and they are going to take on the rights to basically the show within the show where they show all the games. We call it Red Zone.
Mm-hmm.
They got that going. They basically got NFL and the right to the platform, the app, to where now they're going to take that and incorporate it with ESPN Plus. So for those people like myself who has ESPN Plus, definitely a win today. Because now we got access to stuff. And then of course, if you got Verizon like myself, where the ESPN bundle can be incorporated and all that, yeah,
really
it's a good do. It's a real good do. But then of course, remember, ESPN also has ESPN Bet, and I'm sure they're going to incorporate that into the platform because, of course, they also gain the rights to the ESPN Fantasy League and the NFL Fantasy League. They're going to mix them two together. So, you know, they've been having prizes and stuff, so I imagine there'll be some bigger prizes for all of that as well.
The crazy thing that I wasn't aware of until I seen it, because you remember before, I gave you this information like 2, damn near 3 weeks ago that was going to happen, and it finally transpired. I was surprised it took so long. But how do you feel about the NFL in exchange going to get 10% of the equity stake in ESPN? That's the part.
And understand, that's not only good money, but it becomes even more valuable when we talk about the other move that ESPN made today, which we'll get into in a minute. But another thing I like is the fact that NFL still keeps the properties to things like NFL Films and all of that. That was part of that platform, so they'll still have ownership to that. But understand, if you got like that ESPN 30 for 30, they'll add some of those NFL Films to that now. So yeah, you get bored one day, rainy day, snowy day, that's something you can check on out. So yeah, like I said, I think it's a win for all involved. Right now, ESPN, who of course is owned by the Disney Corporation, the House of Mouse, they are making some interesting moves. Now, before we get to the next one, I got to talk about the other move that ESPN made this week, or at least it was last week, where they, of course, decided, yeah, we're going to let you go, Uncle Shay Shay. What's your thoughts?
It was definitely in the making, man. I feel like they gave him a lot of chances. You know, they didn't have to give him a chance after that so-called sex tape just, went viral and, was leaked out, and, leak, that was full of crap.
Yeah.
Him a chance on that, and he was fortunate for that. But then to have all this other stuff escalate definitely wasn't good for him. And definitely with a squeaky clean place like ESPN and Disney, that they wasn't going to allow that. And when everything went down as far as with the settlement, they was already ready to get rid of him.
I think it was already a done deal. They basically just wanted to let it play out in court. I mean, when he basically made the settlement, that's him saying, "Yeah, I'm guilty to some degree." At that point, that's all the work that they needed. Now it's sad because there was a couple deals in the works behind the scenes where Shannon probably was gonna get his own show and all of that, and all that goes away now. And then of course any of the other major time because you already beefed out with Fox, so probably not gonna happen for him anywhere else, unfortunately. I'm hoping that when a couple of these other people retire from the desk over there at Fox, the Terry Bradshaws and Howie Longs of the world, perhaps he'll get that opportunity down the line. I hope, but he still got Club Shay Shay and he still got Nightcap, and they seem to still be doing pretty well. So, it's not the end of the world for him. He done made his share of money in the NFL and whatnot, and you know he gonna be all right. I'm just hoping that he didn't learn valuable lessons from this.
He started off in CBS too, didn't he? As
That's
far
correct.
as
Yes.
broadcasters, yeah. So he might have some type of revenue, or somebody would give him another chance as far as that go.
Yeah, and if not, like I said, hopefully people will still support the platform with Shay Shay and whatnot. My concern is that now that people know this about his background, will he be able to get the marquee people
Like he did.
like he has in the past? I mean, I'm imagining that at some point he gonna have to do some reruns and talk to some people he didn't talk to before, but and he probably not gonna talk to as many female guests, unfortunately. I mean, it's all fair game as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if you got me over there on the chair discussing my business, I should be able to bring up, okay, so what about what happened with you? Can we talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But we'll see how that play out for him. Like I said, I'm just glad that his career ain't over.
Crazy thing was though, he was I heard what he was saying too, and he was a little disappointed, which we knew. And he said it didn't even matter if he wasn't gonna be on ESPN no more. He just didn't want that to rain on his brother Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah, because he said he went to management like, okay, this is your decision, I understand, but can we at least hold off a couple of days to after the Hall of Fame? And they really should have did that. They could have respected that.
That was kind of dirty.
I mean, again, the way it played out, I couldn't help but at some point look on my desk and
definitely them cards go into play big
because
time.
if Shannon looked like Gronkowski, for example, I think it might have played out a little different. Okay, no disrespect to Gronk, we love Gronk, but sometimes it is simply
Just that.
yeah. But okay, like I said, ESPN has been busy. That was one deal they made. Talk about the other deal they did today, Hugh.
Oh, you talking about with the young lady?
No. With the WWE.
Man, that kind of caught me off guard too, man. And what the hell are they gonna do, man? I don't really mean to be going off like that, because it's like, okay, are y'all still gonna be on Netflix? Are you gonna do, the Netflix still, or are you just gonna go on this ESPN platform? Because they've been bouncing around lately.
Right. I mean, my thing is this. Right now, you could catch WWE content on Netflix. You can catch WWE content on Peacock. And of course, you can always go on YouTube and catch a lot of the highlights and stuff. So now they got it on the ESPN platform where they're supposed to do all the major pay-per-views and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
My assumption is if you got ESPN, you thusly got ESPN Plus, you're going to have access to all that as well. Again, for people who have the platform, it's a win. It's a big win. And understand WWE content, from my understanding, is not only going to be the pay-per-views, is also going to be some of the past shows. It also will be some of the movies that they have in works. Do you know WWE has a production company working on movies for obviously people in the platform? So that's going to be interesting. That's part of why some of the guys that don't wrestle so often you ain't seen, because they basically got them doing movies.
Because I heard Randy Orton's going to be one of those guys featured in some of the movies. And then
Absolutely.
Cole Kane had the one See No Evil. So yeah, they definitely been working hard on trying to get their brand in the studio.
And then of course that darn Marine series where then every other WWE was the Marine at some point.
Pretty much. Yeah, man, I think that's a good move. But you know me, I'm just like, they bouncing around way too much. Is it going to be like Raw on ESPN, or are you going to keep it on Netflix?
The thing is, if you've been paying attention to network television, of course, the big four, NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox, they've been doing some major moves these last few months. And some of them seem to be politically motivated. Some of them are financially motivated due to the political motivations. Because right now, this time next year, you go to CBS, there will be no late show at all.
Oh yeah,
Remember,
better.
back in the day, it was 2 late night shows, okay? The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and the Late Show with David Letterman. The fact that that platform chooses not to have any late show at all, crazy work. And it's said that behind the scenes, they trying to work on getting rid of some of those other late night talk show hosts that the president may not be so happy with.
He already did with your man's Gobert.
Remember, Jimmy Kimmel talking about stepping down at some point soon anyway.
Yeah,
And
he
going on with his life.
for him. So yeah,
So hopefully he don't trace Jimmy Fallon out.
a lot of the platform too is going to be a lot of the college football stuff, man. That's going to really be heavy revenue as far as with these
Right.
big networks.
And like I said, I like that because you more than likely will see more of the games that way because, of course, oftentimes ESPN will double promote and show it on the ESPN platform, but also on ABC since they own both. So, again, that's good news. So, yeah, that. Also, shout out to ESPN because they're doing one of my favorite things they do every year, which, of course, is starting the Little League World Series. Love the Little League World Series.
And that's something that me and my dad used to watch heavy, man. And I still watch it in his memory. Those kids be balling, man. I watched that all the way until I went to sleep yesterday. I didn't know no game be on that long, but it was definitely fun. And I enjoy those kids playing. And it's cool for us to see some of the kids that was in the Little League World Series and make it to the pros, too. That makes
But
it.
they grow up and do good things. I mean, like take Moni Davis, who now is going to play in the women's professional league that they're starting up. And, she was actually at the New York Liberty game last night.
That's cool to see, man, because,
Yeah.
that good lights out stuff, man. It's just good to see the kids play, man.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy because you think about some of the kids who was in the Little League World Series. Or remember, 2 kids became the best of friends and went on to be great athletes. One of them was Clayton Kershaw. His good buddy that was his catcher. You remember who that dude was? You might know him. His name was Matthew Stafford.
I know that dude, man. I seen pictures of him from like when he first came in the league, and now it's scary because they basically was saying, I forgot who sent it to me. I think my boy Greg Alford sent it to me. Shouts out to Greg. And they was saying, are you feeling old now? And I know Stafford's in the league for damn near 20 years. He's been in the league 17 years, man. He had the chubby face.
Absolutely.
I can see him with the smaller face, with the grays. I was like, yeah, man, he been putting in work, man.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy that they both finally decided to shut it down after this year, and then about 5-6 years from now, one go to the NFL Hall of Fame and one go to the MLB Hall of Fame?
I wouldn't be surprised, man. I definitely wouldn't be surprised.
Right, perhaps they'll introduce each other. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I want to know your thoughts jumping into the NFL of how you felt about how they did with Teddy Bridgewater, man.
Okay, we got to have this discussion, and I'm glad you brought that up. Teddy Bridgewater, as you know, good dude, real good dude. I actually know somebody that knows him, and they said Teddy is like the most mannerable guy, the most responsible individual, the most generous guy that they have ever met, and that's saying something. So that being said, the problem that they're having right now is that Teddy has been suspended from the high school team that he coached to a championship because of his generosity. The fact that he took some of his own personal money and did things like buy Uber rides for some of his players to make sure they get home okay. Basically, help pay for some of the equipment that they couldn't afford. Help to get them around, basically helped out with some of the utilities of some of his players. I mean, he did up and beyond what most coaches would even think to do. And because of those things, he was suspended and let go. Okay? With all the crazy stuff going on in the world, with some of the awful things that some of these coaches do in terms of harassing people in a negative way, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. All this dude did was to make sure that his players felt the love that he was trying to show them. And he did it through not only showing them love, but literally helping out when he could help out. And he's being penalized for that. And I think it's bull.
It was definitely sad, because all that man did was try to help them kids. And he had like a promo today because he was talking and he said, man, I was some of those kids' dads who didn't have a dad, man. And I just wanted to do what was right for them, man. And I just felt like he wasn't even like employed with the school or nothing, man. So basically,
and that's the crazy part about it. I mean, he basically did it on humble. They actually didn't even pay dude to be the coach. He did it on him.
And this is what everything they said that came out of what he paid too. And this was, like you said, out of pocket. Training camp was $14,000 that he took out of his pockets and helped with the kids. Like you said, the equipment and everything was like $9,500. Pre-game meals was $2,200. And recovery, like, for them, like after the games, was like $1,300 and $700 in Uber rides and like $300 a week on making sure the field was painted. And that dude should be congratulated for that.
Absolutely. I mean, because think about it. Okay, for those of y'all who know your high school football, particularly if you live in that state known as Texas, where basically football is a religion, okay? Think about I sent you pictures of some of the stadiums that they have down there in Texas for high school football that look better than anything we got for pro football in some cases. That shit costs money, okay? Look at some of the workout facilities and whatnot for the high schools that I've sent you over the years. These facilities cost millions of dollars, okay? They are definitely taking care of some of those kids in some of those places, all right? The fact that he is doing it on a level that caused them to be the winners, it's some salty nuts going on in that scenario.
Yeah.
And what does it boil down to? Yeah, we got to go there again, y'all.
Because that was an under 500 team, man, and then turn around and win a championship just because somebody cared. Yeah, man, that's a disgrace for them.
Right, and it's not like Teddy Bridgewater is one of the highest paid people in the NFL, okay? He made some okay money in the league, but he ain't never make no huge contract. He was a perennial backup at best. So for him to come out of pocket in that way, and for them to disrespect it in that manner, I'm hoping, granted it's his hometown team and whatnot, but somebody else get that dude Teddy a job if he won't. Look out for that, bro.
Definitely well deserved.
Because clearly, you're gonna get a damn good football coach.
As he definitely cared for them kids, and you seen
absolutely.
You already know now, man. We talked about some of the stuff, man. A lot of it was bad. We still got to talk about some of the bad, man. And the NFL contract disputes and the trade demands, man. It's been pretty crazy as of late, man. But I feel like, and a lot of people look at it, and this is on Jerry Jones' end, because we're going to talk about what's going on with Micah Parsons, man. That dude should have been had a contract by now. The longer he wait, the more it's going to be. And a lot of people just feel like he's just playing games right now. But Jerry overpaid for players. But spit in their face and say what he did, man, was kind of disgraceful too. Like,
Jerry Jones, you an arrogant son of a bitch.
Because remember, he said...
I said I was keeping it 100, y'all. I'm sorry.
He basically said that, I paid the highest paid quarterback, and look what happened to him. He got injured for the rest of the season. And he said he questioned Micah Parsons and then injuries, too. And these are guys playing for you. And you saying that, man, just basically let me know all you care about for them is what they can do for you, man.
Look, okay, we know that this is these people's money to do what as they please, these billionaires that own these teams. But then, of course, we also know the most popular team, the highest earning team, the team worth the most money on planet Earth is the Dallas Cowboys, okay? We talk about a team that constantly gets talked about because when you don't talk about them, people feel some type of way.
Oh, yeah.
That's why even on this show where we get tired of talking about them, but we know everybody else, they talk about them, so we got to talk about them too. So yeah, Hugh, Micah Parsons, week 1. Is he still a Dallas Cowboy or is he gonna get traded? Your thoughts.
I
The
think
floor is yours.
Cowboys, because you know they ain't gonna mess around and they ain't gonna get rid of him, man. They're gonna overpay to keep him. No disrespect, they overpay for most of their players anyway. But a high caliber person like Micah Parsons, who haven't really been injured and he's been to the point where he's been most consistent, you haven't been seeing him like, oh man, he has a history of being injured neither. So why would Jerry Jones even open his mouth to say that? And that's your best player on defense. If he leave, that takes away half of their defensive game plan because he's a game record when he plays. So I definitely believe that they will overpay for him to stay. They always do. I just feel like it'd be a poor move and it's poor judgment that Jerry Jones open his mouth and say things like that. But until they do something where they say, man, yeah, you can still be the owner, but we don't want you as the general manager, I think that they're going to constantly still have them problems because he questioned his players, man. And it ain't like your ass out there lacing up, trying to go out there and put your life on the line for this franchise. So, yeah, you putting out the money, but then it's like, what have you done for me lately, Jerry Jones?
And it's crazy because understand, Jerry Jones is one of the few owners who's actually played the game. For those of y'all who don't know, once upon a time, long ass time ago, Jerry Jones played football at the school called Oklahoma with his good buddy, Jimmy Johnson. But anyway, that was in the 50s, I believe. So yeah, it's been a minute since he played football, but you know what it's like. Because, hey, I think you played back when they had the leather helmets. But anyway, long story short is, Jerry, you make billions of dollars every year with your oil and all of that. You make money just on your stadium alone, okay? Think about it. If there is to be, and we could talk about that briefly a little bit later, a Layla Ali fight with the GOAT, one of the venues they talking about having a fight at is in that stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that's going to make big money, okay? Bottom line, Jerry, you got it. We all know you got it. Bottom line, if you let Micah Parsons go, yeah, you may not never see that championship. The only way that makes any sense for you to do is if you say, all right, you know what? We don't want you. We're going to trade you for some of lesser or slightly equal value. It may be 3 players in the NFL I would trade Micah Parsons for right now. Straight up. Obviously, the dude over there in Cleveland. That would be one. 2, obviously, TJ Watt.
Yes, sir.
3, of course, our good friend on the Lions, Aiden Hutchinson. 4, it get real shaky after that, okay? At that, we probably talk offensive players and whatnot, and I'm not trading no offensive player for no defensive player. With Travis Hunter? I mean, hell, it just wouldn't make no sense, okay? Bottom line, Jerry, you waited too long, okay? You could have paid him 3 years ago when you paid everybody else and would have made out much cheaper. Now you know the market value. You see what TJ Watt got. Whatever he got, you got to put up a few more dollars with it and give it to Parsons, flat out. And obviously, Lions, when all that happens, you already know, assuming Aiden is healthy this year, you know what his market is. Break him off.
Yeah, because you know he due for a contract extension now, so they better
bottom line, I think the only reason why they ain't happy is because they want to make sure he's healthy.
And that makes sense.
Let him go out there and get about 9 sacks in the first 5 games. That dude will probably have a contract before Thanksgiving.
I wouldn't be surprised. So that's why
They didn't pay everybody else.
Because coming off that injury, you're right, man. I would definitely weigh my options to see where he's at before I actually put him out there in in the highest paid category.
Right. So yeah, bottom line, there's that situation. Now, of course, let us talk about what's going on in Washington.
That's crazy, E, because he's been their best player, man, on the worst team for so long. Fantasy football and just regular football. Scary Terry, aka Terry McLaurin, has been that guy. And I just feel like, man, that's messed up, man, that they would do him like that. Because you're paying all these other players to try to come over there and help your team win, but you ain't even trying to help the guy who helped you. Your quarterback is sailed to a high level, Jaden Daniels. You ain't even gonna give him his best weapon back. So I think that they definitely need to think about that, man, because feelings get hurt in this situation. E.
I mean, Terry has definitely played beyond his pay grade and then some. He is definitely, in my mind, one of the top 10 receivers in the NFL right now. That dude need to get his money, okay? Washington has a very excellent chance of not only making the playoffs, but making some noise when they get there. But all that goes away if you don't sign Scary Terry and pay that brother his money, okay? Not to mention, you lose morale on that squad because
Yeah.
they see that dude as their leader. And if that's how you do him, I don't know if I want to be there. Especially if I'm a young Jaden Daniels, like, oh, that's how you did my mans? Yeah, I may have to dip up out of him.
You see how them guys stepping up for Micah Parsons? Same situation. He's been saying all the right words and doing all the right things, man. To really get to the point where he said he want to be traded, he had enough, man.
Yeah, they doing him dirty over there right now. Pay that brother his money. I mean, bottom line, Magic. You part owner over there.
Yeah.
Make that happen, brother. We know you got it. We know you got it.
They got it. They need to go ahead and spill it out for him.
Right. Because the crazy part is you ain't got to pay that dude Justin Jefferson money, okay? You ain't got to make him the top paid player. You ain't got to pay him Amon-Ra St. Brown money. You just got to pay him something decent. A hot 25, 30 mil. Next 3-4 years, I'm sure he good with that.
And then the crazy part was, at one point, I heard with Mekhi too. He was saying he would even take a lesser pay.
I wouldn't take too much less if I was Micah Parsons.
No, not for
because bottom line, Jerry, if you ain't trying to pay him, some of your boys will.
And when it goes back to McLaurin too, man, I think a lot of them was looking at it too, like he's 2 years older than like the players that got paid at the wide receiver, like Chase, Jamar Chases, and what was my man DK Metcalf?
Right.
He's a little older than those.
All them got paid this year.
Yeah, so they feeling like, man, I don't know if we want to give him that much, being 2 years older than a lot of those guys, but still, man.
But you see his work. His work speaks for itself.
And he's been consistent. You can put him against any of these guys who just got paid, man, and Terry's numbers out there with him. They're either beating them or they're going like neck and neck.
Absolutely. You got to pay that, brother, all right?
That don't look good.
That's that situation. Now, let's talk about whatever the hell seemed to be going on over there in Cleveland. After all the craziness that was the draft and how they did it with the whole Shedeur thing and what have you, don't you find it very interesting that here in their first preseason game, who do they decide to start at quarterback?
Sanders. I definitely saw that, man.
Why do you think that is, Hugh?
I believe because besides your either your Flacco or Kenny Pickett, who will probably be one of the starters, they're looking at him probably taking like some of them second string reps, man, or being one of the backups, man. Because no disrespect, I didn't know Gabriel was that short, man. No disrespect to him, but
Dylan Gabriel, former Oregon Duck, all of about 5'11".
But still, I just feel like Myles Garrett speaking highly of him and the team rallying around him too, man. That speaks volumes. So I'm pretty interested in seeing what he's going to put out there.
Yeah, I think even though he ain't had much practice and they don't let him play with the ones a lot and whatnot, I think the things he's done, the way he's carried himself, has won him the locker room. And because of that, leadership matters, okay? You remember that from Clash of the Titans? Team reflects leadership. Now, my whole thing is this. Okay, we looking at that quarterback room in Cleveland. We got Shedeur. We got Dylan Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
We got Joe Flacco. We got Kenny Pickett. We still got Deshaun Watson in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of all that, they messed around and got another quarterback. Make that make sense.
Tyler Huntley, that kind of surprised me too. When I was telling you that yesterday, I'm like, man, they already got like 5 quarterbacks.
They are not going to be a team that carries 6 quarterbacks through the season.
You think
So,
they try?
in my mind, okay, we already know. We done pretty much charged Deshaun Watson to the game, though I find it interesting that they've been letting him play. He been in practice. He been working. He looked decent. I mean, do you find some way to get rid of him? I mean, clearly, if you're another NFL team, you like, look, I'm not paying that dude jack. You get him a guarantee. I'm not guaranteeing the rest of that contract. If you're going to pay him, we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him a couple mil like they did that dude Russell Wilson last year, but I'm not paying that for that. But if he got a little something, I wouldn't mind checking it out. Hell, if he got a little something left in the tank, I wouldn't mind him being a backup over here with the Lions because we still ain't quite sure what we doing with that at the moment.
Yeah, them backers.
But I wouldn't pay that dude.
Nah.
Not me, baby.
You're trying to pay out that contract. No.
Right. And then, of course, we know Joe Flacco, he basically riding the string one more time. He there for this year to tutor and mentor and all that. Then he going to sit back on the couch with the kids. So that leaves everybody left in the room. I mean, Tyler Huntley, he didn't been a couple places now. He been all right. Basically, he is this decade's Teddy Bridgewater. When you put him in there, you know you're going to get some halfway decent play, and there it is. As far as the rest of the quarterbacks in the room, I don't know, man. It's a reason why Cleveland been cheeks for decades.
They just can't make the right move because
they just don't make good decisions, man.
You had Baker Mayfield, couldn't wait to get rid of him, and look how good he's been playing, you know.
Right. I mean, they've made the Johnny Manziel move. Remember that?
Yeah.
Tim Cow. The list goes on and on and on.
Odell, we thought that was going to make a difference. And then
it did not.
There's no disrespect for him, but yeah,
right.
I think it's time for him to probably wrap it up himself. But yeah, it's been just a lot of moves you thought that, okay, maybe this will work, but most of those moves haven't. Right. And the move they really made that you can tell me that actually worked.
I mean, bottom line, if I'm Cleveland, I'm like, man, could y'all just sell the team to somebody else? Y'all don't seem to really want to do nothing with it. And we know how that feels here in Detroit, trust me.
Yeah, we've been through it, man. We just really started to get over that.
Right. And then, of course, here's the thing. You, of course, now got preseason starting in earnest this week. I'm sure he was very excited about that. Normally, I'm telling you this time of year, what we'll tell you every time of year, care about no damn preseason. I can't tell that lie this year. I cannot. Preseason should actually be pretty interesting because of some of these scenarios we done talked about and a couple more we'll throw in the mix. Right now, Lions, who the backup quarterback? We don't know. Based on what we seen in that first game,
they both didn't look good to me.
Garrett, please take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the Cleveland situation. Can't wait to see how that play out. We, of course, got what's going on with Jacksonville, where tomorrow or Saturday, whenever they play, they going to break out Travis Hunter on our ass. And he going to be the first person, truthfully, ever, well, at least in a lot of years, to play both sides of the football full time. Can't wait to see what that's going to look like. You got a situation, of course, in places like Pittsburgh. Will we actually get some preseason play out of Aaron Rodgers? He said he cool with it. He said, I'll play. We got to see what's going on with Chicago, what they looking like with the new offensive setup. Want to see what the Jets look like with the new defensive setup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these players going to have to play because we kind of need to see what they got going. It ain't going to be like other years where most of the good teams just set everybody through most of the preseason. I mean, people like Dak, he need to get in a little work this preseason.
Banged up like he have been.
Right now, granted, you know, we got teams like Buffalo and Baltimore and KC. Yeah, we pretty much know what that's laying. We ain't gonna see much. I wouldn't even bother watching none of them games. And for y'all degenerates that like to bet on the preseason, I wouldn't touch none of them.
Yeah, that's
But
diabolical.
then everybody else in the league, they gonna have to do a little something.
Yeah, because it's going to be pretty interesting because I'm trying to see too, like the whole New York Giants situation with Russ.
Mm-hmm.
What they're going to do with Jameis Winston and Jackson Dart, and the situation over there in New Orleans too. Where, we trying.
Right, where I don't know what they gonna be looking like.
So yeah, it's going to be some pretty good opportunities out.
Right.
Things that I'm going to be looking out for, especially most of that'll be going on starting Thursday because I believe this week we got games Thursday through
That
Sunday.
is correct. You are right. I
2
want to
weeks
see what Cam Ward looked like for Tennessee.
Yeah, because remember
Some people are already starting to make them comparisons to the great Patrick Mahomes. I want to see what that looked like.
Yeah, because there's a lot of teams that we still don't know about yet. It's a mystery. So I'm
Absolutely.
seeing what's going to go on.
Right. And of course, y'all, we will, once we get some of that preseason in our system, sit down and compile our list and whatnot, get it together so we can do our NFL preview. We're going to do that for y'all in a couple weeks. We also going to do preview of college football, talk about some of those teams. Looking forward to college football this season. It's, now that they got the different things and they tweaking the playoff a little bit and all that, want to see how that plays out. Definitely, as a Michigan fan, want to see what the number one overall college player coming out of high school, Bryce Underwood, looked like for us. So there's that. And, like I said, it's that time of year now where all the good sports about to all start mingling together. Of course, next month we got WNBA playoffs and all of that. And I'm ready for it. MLB and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's a great time of year, man. And just for me to just sit up and watch good basketball, football, baseball, yeah, everything's going to intertwine pretty soon because you're going to have all those at one time. So, yes, going to be definitely my favorite time of year because soon as we get these preseason games and start getting that collectively, man, it's like the blink of an eye, man. It's going to be September soon. So, yeah,
Right.
stuff is going to be evolved and can't wait because, like you said, man, we're going to be giving you guys more promos and just a lot of things we've been working on the time.
Right. So keep in mind, right now we're going to do the usual, but, in a few weeks, once we work out some things, this part of the show, y'all really going to like as we break down where you can follow us and all the things we got going. But for now, we'll do it the old school way. Have at it, Hugh.
All right, y'all already know what time it is, man. And we appreciate y'all first and foremost from checking out the show. You can follow me, Hugh Lee, at Hoovy on Instagram. The Sports Guru 2 use my Facebook page where I put a lot of the late breaking news and give you a lot of the promos and advertisement for our podcast. And at the same time, you can catch me at the Sports Guru to you at gmail.com whenever you have any questions or things that you want me to put out there or anything that you want us to talk about that we're not talking about as much. And then on TikTok, I do a lot of my promos as far as the games and, WNBA, NBA, NFL, etc. And of course, that's Hugh.Lee6. I appreciate all my TikTok followers and all the people who show me love too on all the different platforms. And me and E-Buck, man, we're going to definitely continue to try to give y'all our best. And we thank all of y'all for being involved. But at the same time, too, on our YouTube and all of our pages, man, we definitely try to get y'all the information. We will appreciate it. You can share it, click like and subscribe, because if you could do that, that'll help us with our platform and get your other friends, taste of what we got, man, because I was surprised to hear like some of the comments and the things that I talked about with other people because I didn't know that they were interested. And one of my homegirls, Stephanie Jordan, she's a big, huge college fan. So I know that stay tuned because we definitely gonna get this and spread it out as much as we could and continue to promote our brand on the Nighthawk Network. And we appreciate you all.
And there you had that. Of course, want to definitely shout out all y'all that follow the Nighthawk Network. Those of y'all who are on the Nighthawk Network information page to check out the show every week. Those of y'all that shout us out, of course, we doing the record type thing. So we will definitely shout out to people that we know always will tune in. People like, of course, our good buddy Nika Simmons, known to y'all as Road to Stardom. Shout out to Road. Got to shout out, of course, our guy Big Joe Mosley over there in Chi-Town. Definitely got to shout out that dude, Coach V. And, of course, we want you to check out his show, Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vincent that comes on every Friday at 8 p.m. We actually going to get started a little bit earlier this Friday because we got some special stuff to talk about. We definitely want to discuss this whole thing about the violence. It's definitely been an ongoing thing we have addressed on his show, and we definitely need to talk about because it's getting worse and worse by day, and I really hate that. But we got that. Then, of course, we got the newest show in the Nighthawk Network. That will be the show called Rumble Time, hosted by Queen Gemini. She will be on tomorrow night to give you her impressions on the rest of SummerSlam Night 2 and what went on and what's going on after that. Mostly Raw and SummerSlam was some good shows that went on, and I definitely would want her to talk about that with y'all. Also, Road to Stardom has a new show that she's going to be premiering soon here on the network, where she talks to independent artists about their music from all different genres and whatnot. If you are an artist out there that's checking out the show and you wants to get in touch with Road, hit us up on our IG and all of that, and we will connect you with Road to Stardom. She's been interviewing independent artists for over a decade, so she an OG at this, and we definitely want y'all to hook up so we can promote your music and get you out there and share platforms with you and all that good stuff. By the way, shout out to my future artist of the month on the platform I call Nighthawk Network Radio, which is now back on the air. You can catch that on Live 365. Her name is Loyal, Loyal. And you'll be able to check out some of her music there, and we will promote her throughout the month on the platform and on this platform as well. So shout out to you, Loyal. Thank you for allowing us to share your music and stuff to the platform. Appreciate it. That's all I got, Hugh.
You already know what time it is, man. Appreciate y'all for checking out the show, and peace.
Peace out, people. Y'all know what it is. Till next week.